Midway field is set for action. Racing now. And not a bad line out. Sabrenko's handled the start well from the wide draw. Pandano handy as Sabrenko rolls forward now. Showing very good muster there is IQ to go up and join it in the early part on the inside. Now Ningaloo Stars looking for a spot. Moving up on the outside there is Stars and Bars is going to settle fourth behind them. Then Pandano. Back rower taken back from Straight Acer. Back in the Seas, the 7 Seas, who parks up on the outside of Slick Man. So down the side of the course, Sabrenko holds the front by a length and a half. Ningaloo Star. IQ gets leaders back third. Several lengths off then to Stars and Bars. 2 off to Pandano. Favourite back in the field, back row with the other favourite Straight Acer. 2 lengths away to the 7 Seas, and Slick Man over on the rails have been revved up last of all. They've got 5.50 to go. And Sabrenko's had a soft lead here for Amy McLucas. Leads by a length and a half. Ningaloo Star being scrubbed up. IQ now. Then Stars and Bars. Pandano. Straight Acer up the inside. I don't want shares on back row at the moment. It's still 7 off them. Sabrenko going well inside the 200 with Straight Acer giving chase on the outside, and quickly Straight Acer went past Sabrenko. A gap back in the field then to IQ. Stars and Bars. Slickman making some ground, but Straight Acer's ripping clear. Here's a big win in the hands of Jason Collett. Straight Acer from Slickman. Stars and Bars. Back rower plotted into fourth. Sabrenko conceded ground, followed by IQ. Further back to the 7 Seas, Pandano, and Ningaloo Star was last.
Well, Straight Acer has put back-to-back wins on the board. Jason Collett and Ed Cummings. Such an easy win. Slickman, number 16, looks as though it's going to get through and get second. In front of Stars and Bars in third. Numbers should be 1, 16 and 13.
Yeah, he's obviously a horse on the improve. He pretty well had that race in control before the turn when he grabbed the bit when he was back with back rower and just travelled right into it there where back rower wanted to show no interest whatsoever. So a dominant win. He can get to a better class than that. Got a lovely ride from Collett. Saved ground on the rails. Got out at the right time and far too good. Slickman the backup horse. A big step up for him there, and Stars and Bars honest again. But all honest with the winner. He simply outclassed that lot.
Very, very easy for Ed Cummings and Jason Collett there, Corey. Straight Acer back-to-back.
It looked like he took great improvement out of that first run there, Rosehill, when he won. I thought he won good at Rosehill, but today he looks like he's improved out of sight.
Now, can't help you with times at the moment, and the numbers aren't up officially yet, so we'll have that for you shortly. Here they are now, 1, 16, 13 and 3, 1, 16, 13 and 3 after the first. Well done, Edward. I think you're pretty much cooking with gas now.
Yeah, he's certainly going well, and I think no doubt aided by Jason being on second time today for the preparation. You know, last start, Jason was good enough to admit that he probably asked the horse to come on a little bit too soon in the race, and he was tough enough to last over 1,500, just the 3 weeks between runs, coming back to 1,400. You know, Randwick, I think, is the perfect track for him, and we knew that we didn't quite have him at his best all preparation, and he's starting to get there now. So hopefully he just keeps finding new levels each time.
And do you think further again, though?
Look, time will tell. We'll probably look for an opportunity to do it again, whether it's 1,500 or 1,600 next time. You know, we'll just have a look at the program and take our time to find the right race. But, you know, 2 weeks between runs works, 3 weeks between runs works. He's a 4-year-old. And there are opportunities later in the carnival for him with some big money prizes too.
You've got time. Well done.
Thank you.
Jace, he was impressive the other day, but he was super today.
Yeah, that was really good. Tuna Foot was again I think he's just starting to come together as a racehorse. He's sort of showing glimpses, but like today, yeah, that was impressive. When I let him go, he really put him away easily.
Do you reckon that his pet distance?
I think at the moment, probably around that 14 mile. I sort of spoke to Fed after last night that I think he probably will get 2,000, but it will just be a case of just riding a bit more sort of conservative and holding him together for a bit longer. But yeah, he's very effective today.
over 1,200 metres. We're ready to run. And they're off and racing here. Iron Will, handlebars down from the wide draw, rushing forward. From Wizard of Oz, I Like Big Putts, Sapedo Beauty, Smoke Show just drifting back a bit looking for cover. Then came the favourite Set a Bounce about 6 in the white cap from Sung Blue. Further back to Rebel Dreamer. Right off the track is Your Colour. Now in the second half of the field, Don't You Think is on a very wide path. Up the inside is Crop Dust and Manzoni there between runners with Sting Jet buried in the middle of the ruck. Further back to Winning Rupert, and Atmospheric Rock is right back last of all. So Iron Will cross from the outside to lead the way at the 600 metres. From the Mudgee Mare, I Like Big Putts, followed by Wizard of Oz as they come up around the turn. Smoke Show deeper out from Sapedo Beauty. Sung Blue back on the inside. Centre Bounce a little bit cluttered up as they come up the rise. It's Iron Will just the leader from I Like Big Putts. Wizard of Oz coming off heels. Then came Sapedo Beauty. Smoke Show, Centre Bounce still a long way off them. Iron Will just the leader from Wizard of Oz. Iron Will, Wizard of Oz laying it down the outside. Wizard of Oz from Iron Will. Wizard of Oz put the nose in front and Wizard of Oz gunned down Iron Will. Photo for third, I Like Big Putts and Atmospheric Rock wide out. Then Sapedo Beauty from Bonjour Rupert closing off. Centre Bounce behind them. Further back to Crop Duster, Sung Blue, then Sting Jet from Manzoni. Smoke Show, Rebel Dreamer, Don't You Think, and Your Colour was last in.
All right, Jason Collett's got the first two on this program. He has landed the prize here on Wizard of Oz. Trained by Danny Williams, has grabbed Iron Will right on the line. He was able to take hold again and have a look over his right shoulder to let Billy Owen know, I've gotcha. It was Collett on Wizard of Oz beating Iron Will, Billy Owen, and very, very tight between I Like Big Putts and Atmospheric Rock. Atmospheric Rock, the widest runner.
Yeah, just another beautiful Collett ride. To just stalk, peel out. Thought it was going to win easier when he got out, and so it's a very brave performance. It was handlebars down early from Iron Will with 59 kilos, and he's really made him really fight to the line, Wizard of Oz. That was his race. Probably the horse to follow out of the race is his stablemate, Atmospheric Rock.
11 and 9.
Now, 11 I Big Putts has run third in front of Atmospheric Rock, so the numbers are 2 1 11 9.
Half neck by one.
Half neck.
Half neck by 1 length.
By 1 length.
1:10:13.
1:10:13 the time.
07, the last 600 metres.
35:07 the last 600. So 1:10:13 there for the 1200. And just going back to the first, 1:22:76. Now those times are pretty good, but bear in mind they do have a tailwind behind them in the home straight with this southerly blowing. Okay, it's official. Wizard of Oz wins the second. Well done, Danny. Wizard of Oz, third run for the stable, and got there today. Collett at his best.
Yeah, look, he's on fire. He's riding really well, Jason. I think he's the king of the highways as far as his percentages, but really happy to have him on. It was a great ride. Barriers win races, and this horse is, he was due to win one.
Yeah, you got him going really well. Your other horse who just missed out on third, Atmospheric Rock, ran really well.
Yeah, look, I think if you go back and have a look at the replay, it was an outstanding run. He would have been 2 or 3 lengths off them at the 600, and to make up the ground that he did, ridden hard a long way from home, he finished off really well. I think both horses are looking for 1400 now, and, if we get an opportunity to get picked in a Kosciuszko, it'd be a fantastic opportunity, but we'll wait and see. He's done very well, this horse. He's been a little bit stiff his first couple of starts, and his first start he got pocketed, and we thought he could win that day, and he just got run down late at Rose Hill.
Well, he's been to a country championship, so he mightn't be out of place in a Cossie.
Well, he's improving. I mean, 3 starts, and they've all been exceptional runs.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Jace. That was pretty impressive as well.
Yeah, it was good. He's sort of built towards this race today. He was really good last 2 runs, really. Went a bit quick the other day, over 13 back to 12. A lot more controlled, and I thought I was probably going to win it a bit easier than I did, but he stuck his head out when he needed to.
There's a fair bit of pressure up front.
There was, yeah, and that was probably a concern coming into it. He needs to flow, so trying to position him too much can sort of break that circuit, and so it was just it worked out really well today.
Well done, bud.
Thank you.
Dancing Alone looking to protect her unbeaten record. Racing, Dancing Alone only jumped fairly off the inside gate. Rubinoki, Tin Tuki fast out with our Bellagio Miss, and No Way Ever's up in the firing line as well. Then came Dancing Alone on the improve on the inside of Mabel. Wave Rider Boy is next, followed by Miss Ostend as they find their positions. Deeper out, Darylina Bell, Proverbial off the track. Avery getting close to heels, being restrained on the outside of Oh High, who's well back. And the last two, Rain Beale on the inside of Molly Nails. 600 to go, Rubinoki a half in front to our Bellagio Miss. Then No Way Ever on the inside of Tin Tuki. Mabel gets a good run into it fifth, followed by Dancing Alone and Wave Rider Boys. They turn the corner now. Rubinoki up the rise in front. From our Bellagio Miss, the outside, Tin Tuki goes to third. Then Mabel running on. A length for the back to Wave Rider Boy. 250 to go. Rubinoki tested by our Bellagio Miss. Then Wave Rider Boy, Mabel between them, Tin Tuki. Our Bellagio Miss, and shows the way. From on the outside, Wave Rider Boy. Mabel going through the middle. Here's a three-way go. Wave Rider Boy, I think, just edged out Mabel, who edged out our Bellagio Miss. Then Dancing Alone from Tin Tuki and Oh High. Further back to Rubinoki, Rain Beale, No Way Ever, Proverbial, Molly Nails, Miss Ostend and Avery. Stand by.
Outside to win here. Outside Wave Rider Boy, who has grabbed Mabel, who did grab our Bellagio Miss. Our Bellagio Miss at massive odds has gave plenty of cheek. Now, waiting for a replay. There they are. Our Bellagio Miss, belying her odds at 50 to 1. Mabel coming at it. Wave Rider Boy in the Cerise. Here's the post, and it's maybe Wave Rider Boy. Yep, outside to win. Well done, Chris. Frustrating run of seconds is over.
Yeah, it has been, yeah. Today was pretty close to a second as well, but James got the best out of her late, and full credit to the horse. She's been consistent and had a few things go against her.
Try and pick another good one for her to win again.
Yeah, exactly. At some stage throughout her career, she'll get to a slightly higher level, but horses like her are important. They just keep picking up prize money.
How's the team looking for today?
Yeah, pretty good. It's good to get those colts worked well early and a winner. And we've got a big team sort of shaping our way towards the spring. Some that are ready to go, some that will likely improve with the run. So, yeah, there'll be plenty of homework done after the race day, and it's all looking good for the spring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, J-Mac. Firstly, how are you holding up?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, Timmy and Regan are very lucky as well, so it just shows our sport we're in is, as you know, Corey, things can happen anytime.
Take us through the race, mate. She has been a little bit unlucky with the seconds.
Yeah, for sure, but she's been so consistent. She turns up every time and gives her best, and today worked out beautiful, lovely speed, midfield position, blending at the right time, and she did a good job.
She races like she's more of a mile horse.
I know, but she doesn't get past 1100, so she's very quick, very nifty, very honest. So no, she won't be her last one.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Now they're all in. We're good to go. Race 4 here at Randwick. Racing, Perfect Thought jumped well off the inside. Mark Snell, there's a real swarm of them. About 6 or 1 at the lead here. Mark Snell's out deep and Just Fine's going up on the outside of it. Now towards the inside, pushing through his Mission Phoenix. Perfect Thought's got the head in 4th position. Gonchurin in that clump as well. Purvey just eased out of it, followed then by Logan Street Lane and the blue cap on the rails, and the inside of the favourite Tazarel is up in the first half of the field. There's a gap of 3 lengths to Special Sway firing up on the inside of Mr. Waterville. Then came the Ruffy Torrens, a gap further back to Alabama. Beer from Outlandos. Kiss the Bride's last and a long last. Down the side, Mark Snell takes the lead now. At the 900 metres, a length on the European mare Just Fine. A couple further back to Mission Phoenix, Perfect Thought and Purvey pulling hard out wide. Gonchurin between runners in the wide cap, followed then by Logan Street Line on the inside at Tazarol. Further back then to Special Sway as they race to the home corner from Torrens. In the middle there is Mr. Waterville. Inside the 550 metres now, Mark Snell in front from Just Fine. Mission Felix under the pump. Perfect Thought travels well behind them, needing a bit of room now. Pervade on the outside. Further back to Gonchurin, needing room. And Tazarol given a wind up by Schofield. 3 lengths away. Just Fine at the 300 took the lead away from Mark Snell. Tazarol's labouring a little bit. Logan Street Line's coming off the fence, but it's Just Fine bursting clear inside the 100. Just Fine 3 lengths clear from Tazarol and Logan Street Line, and Just Fine, what a great debut that is. Just Fine by 3. Tazarol second, an inch in front of Logan Street Line. Not sure about fourth, Mark Snell, Gonchurin, and on the outside Alabia, well clear from Mr. Waterville. Then came Outlandos from Pervade. Perfect Thought finished well back. Then came Torrens, Mission Phoenix, Special Sway and Kiss the Bride.
Adrian Bott. Now, let's just backtrack and get the full story. This was King Charles' first ever winner following the death of Her Majesty.
Yeah, correct. Last start winner for him. He went into the Tattersall sale over there and we were able to pick him up.
Who are they singing happy birthday to?
Must be to Gay.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
And happy birthday to Gay. It's amazing you share the same birthday.
Yeah, it's a great day, and what a way to celebrate here with a lot of fantastic people, fantastic owners here, and the start of the spring carnival has been a great day, and to kick it off with a nice progressive horse like Just Fine, certainly a good way to start.
Okay, you wanted to get a bit of a ratings boost with him. What are you aiming at?
Yeah, look, he could be a real metropolitan horse for us. I think he'll stretch out over a bit further, but he made sort of light work of that today. I love the way that he sort of showed the tactical speed over the mile, travelled really well throughout, and I think he can sustain that over a bit further for sure.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Good on you.
Gee, Rachel, that was impressive.
It was. Us Europeans obviously go well together.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, definitely. Look, obviously, thoughts with Regan and hope he's okay, but privileged enough to be able to jump on board today, and I didn't have to do a lot. He did it for me.
What sort of feels he give you?
His turn of foot was awesome. For a horse that's probably going to be even better when he gets over further, but like I said, he had to do it both ends as well. He didn't draw the best. He had to do a little bit of work. He's got a good brain on him, though. He came back to me mid-stages and relaxed, and then showed a really good kick late.
I know it's your first time on, but do you reckon you can hold that turn of foot up over a distance?
I reckon he will. He's a very relaxed kind of horse, and I had to fire him a bit out the gates today, so when he does draw a bit softer and you can come out even more neutral on him, he's just going to conserve energy the whole race.
Well done.
Thank you.
About ready now for the Sydney City Lexus Cup, 2,400 metres, and we're ready to go. Racing now, immediately taken back, mostly cloudy from the outside draw. Now jumping well is Military Mission together with Fancy Man, and Southern France being sent forward on the outside. Gibbons wants to lead. Serpentine caught a little bit deep. Raging Bull going through the middle. Shadow Park's there on the inside. If it holds its spot, Serpentine will stay 3 wide. Yep, that's the case. Then came Athabaskan. Further back to Bonnie Ezra from Kirkby, Chalk Stream, Verona, and mostly cloudy's gone down to the rails last. Southern France leads comfortably heading to the back. It's Southern France out by 2 or 3 lengths. Fancy Man's got a good spot there on the inside of Military Mission. Serpentine got in now and races freely into a clear 4th position. The field starts to string out somewhat. Raging Bull's a length and a half away behind. Then came Athabaskan from Shadow Park. 2 off to Bonnie Ezra, a gap to Kirkby, mostly cloudy, creeping along the rails. Chalk Stream's pulling badly back in the field. Ryder having a bit of a fight there. And the Well Fancy Verona's last, and a conspicuous last as Southern France goes further in front, heading down the back. Gibbons really allowing Southern France to gallop along. Out by 4 lengths now to Military Mission. Fancy Man third the rails. 2 off to the heavily back Serpentine. Running in a clear 4th. followed then by Raging Bull down on the rails as they prepare to lead the back. Now, Chalk Stream is pulling his head off back in the field. Chalk Stream's been given his head there by Preble and is quickly rushing around the field. So down the side, Southern France, 4 in front. The Military Mission, Fancy Man. Chalk Stream goes to 4th now, just shading Serpentine. Further back to Raging Bull from Athabaskan, a gap to Shadow Park. Bonnie Ezra, then Kirkby, mostly cloudy. Well, Verona still a long last as they race inside the 750. It's Verona still last, 3 lengths behind the second last horse. Southern France in front narrowly. From Military Mission is just about level. The runs are starting. Athabaskan's looping the field going to 3rd. Fancy Man boxed up on the fence. Serpentine into clear running from Bonnie Ezra as they turn. And Athabaskan races to a big lead coming up the rise. Athabaskan shot 3 lengths clear from Serpentine, Bonnie Ezra. And here's Verona. It's not over for Verona, coming with a good run 6 lengths away, but Athabaskan going strongly. Athabaskan 5 lengths clear from Serpentine. Verona into a clear 3rd, but Athabaskan full of running, and Athabaskan's going to win this and win it brilliantly from Serpentine and Verona 3rd. Raging Bull 4th, an inch in front of Bonnie Ezra, mostly cloudy. Further back to Kirkby from Fancy Man. Big gap back to Shadow Park. An even bigger gap to Chalk Stream. Pulled his head off. Military Mission dropped out. Southern France. All the on-pace runners there have collapsed in the straight.
Tom Charlton for John O'Shea. It was a 10 out of 10 for Tommy Sherry.
Yeah, he deserves a lot of credit, Tom. He's been doing a lot of hard work for us. He's got to know this horse very well. He's got down to the 53 kilos. And he knows him particularly well, and you see him early, got him in a good spot, got his revs up from the 600, and that horse sustains a good gallop, and 10 out of 10.
You just wondered whether he went too early, but it turned out perfect.
I mean, if we're being critical, maybe 20 metres early, but look, that's the horse's strengths. We've been so happy with him all along. It didn't go to plan last preparation. He's just there to be reckoned with. He's going to stay further, and hopefully he's going to go on to another nice race this spring.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good on you.
3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Tommy. Was that the plan to ride him like that?
We had a real tricky gate, Corey, but I was confident after riding him last start. Sort of the more I asked him, the more he gave me, and I just said to the team beforehand, if we're right on top of him at the corner, I'm confident he'll keep giving. So I didn't expect to hit the front as soon as I did, but he responded really quick, and credit to him, he stuck to the task.
How'd you get down to the 53, okay?
We're athletes, Corey, it's what we do.
Well done, buddy.
Thanks.
Stand by for action. Ready. And the fillies are off and racing now. Autumn Ballet wasn't great out. She's almost last. Fire Lane jumped well. Cigar Flick was well into stride, and Platinum Jubilee ridden with the intent of leading. Mumbai Muse very handy from Tis Invincible. Komochi out deep. Summer Loving out deep. Autumn Ballet on the improve from Hell Queen firing up. Amazonian Last Lazargo. Last of all is Private Legacy. Soft lead for Platinum Jubilee, and Cigar Flick right up on the pace second. Clear from Fire Lane, Mumbai Muse, and wider out Tis Invincible. Further back to Autumn Ballet, railing through from Komochi. Summer Loving out deep. Further back to Hell Queen, Amazonian Last, Lazargo, and Private Legacies back at the rear of the field. Around the corner, and Platinum Jubilee in the hands of Josh Parr comes up the rise from Cigar Flick, and Fire Lane coming into it nicely on the outside, followed by Tis Invincible revved up from Summer Loving. Further back to Mumbai Muse. Komochi's got a lot of chasing to do. Inside the 200, Cigar Flick races to a narrow lead from Tis Invincible. Mumbai Muse coming through the middle. Tis Invincible heading top gear now, and Tis Invincible draws clear for a big win in the Furious Stakes. Komochi wound up, doing her best work at the end into second. Mumbai Muse third, then Summer Loving. Further back to Cigar Flick, Platinum Jubilee, Autumn Ballet closing off at the end. A gap back to Amazonian Last from Lazargo, Hell Queen, and Fire Lane.
Well done, Kieran. She was much the best today.
Yeah, no, she's very good. And she's just coming on each start. She got a little bit keen in the mid stages last start, maybe just a bit of freshness. Thought Zach rode her from a short call up. He rode her very well. He's only sat on her once track work, but very cool ride from him. The horse was great. Team had done a super job, and a lot of the owners are here today, so massive thrill.
What's going to be a progression now, and what sort of distance progression is she going to make?
Well, I think she'll get out to a mile. Just she's very, the best part of her race is usually the last bit. She's very strong through the line, and she's still coming on. So, yeah, I think as a 3-year-old, a mile shouldn't be a problem.
So you'll try the T race next, 14?
Yeah, I think so, and flight.
Okay, well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Congratulations, Zach. That was impressive.
Yeah, I was very lucky to pick up this ride. She's obviously a very, very good filly, and yeah, once again, won very well. She's still not the full package. She's still doing a bit wrong early on, but she's strong, and once she gets out, she let down so nicely.
Yeah, she took a little bit of bullocking to get her out last time. She took a little bit of balancing up, but when she balanced up, she hit the line good. Same again today?
Yeah, probably the exact same. She jumped better today, but I just had to ask her a touch. Without asking her to get a spot, I knew she could get fired up. But once I got the run, I just focused on balancing her up, and I had faith in the horse. I've galloped her before, so I knew how good she is. And yeah, big thank you to obviously Kieran and Dave for the ride. It's only a pick-up ride, but I'll take what I can get.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
And we're just about ready for the Concord Stakes. There's the light. We're ready to go. They're off and racing, and Eduardo began sharply off the inside. Eduardo's going to lead. Nature Strip about third out. Remark goes to second. Nature Strip stays wide, and Shelby 66 is pushing through to make a bit of a spectacle of himself, and he's having a crack for the lead, Shelby. Parking in behind them is In Secret on the outside. A Casino Lord, Bella Nipotina on the rails, and a couple after rocketing by. Shelby took hold. Remark went forward, and Remark stays off the fence. Leads narrowly from Eduardo. Then Shelby 66 and Nature Strip running his own race out wide, and a length and a half away to In Secret, a little bit cluttered up. Very wide out Remark, even wider as Nature Strip. Back on the inside Eduardo, and now the mare In Secret's got a mile of room to go through. So's Bella Nipotina picking up. It's Remark in front of Eduardo. Here's Bella Nipotina running on with In Secret. Remark in front, going well. Remark clings on and wins the Concord. Beat In Secret and Bella Nipotina. Then came Eduardo rocketing by. Nature Strip, Casino Lord, and Shelby 66 was last.
Remark. They back Remark like he could win today. And the horse that has promised so much has lived up to it today. It's Remark. Too good. Bella Nipotina and In Secret weren't beaten too far, but the two champs were beaten too far. What is the future now of Eduardo and Nature Strip? It is Remark's Concord Stakes, and do we start talking about him on the 14th of October?
Well, why not? He is very, very good fresh, and there was a lot of confidence about him today. And he didn't get favours. He went forward. He covered, a little bit of ground, no cover. And you have to give it to him. He's held off a very good filly, a mare in Secret there, and it's a lovely, lovely return from him. So all honours with him. The talking point will be the two old boys who disappointed there when the pressure come on. They were best left a little bit to be desired there. In Secret's terrific. She'll come on from that, and Bella Nipotina thought she was going to burst through at one stage there, but all honours with the winner. The big bets are landed.
Well, Michael Hawkes, part of the winning trainership team. You got the feeling you guys came here confident today?
Greg, plans are there to be made and hatched, and his trials have been great. We're just extremely happy that the horse has come back bigger, stronger, better. He's had his ups and downs. He's been gelded. He's had a throat operation. He's just an elite horse, and obviously he's first up today and he's taken on, the likes of Nature Strip and Eduardo's, but things happen. You put them in the right races, you get them going in the right direction, and it's onwards and upwards. It was good.
And it wasn't made easy. He had to be reshod behind the gates. He was getting a bit warm too.
Yeah, he was. He's not there in the coat yet either, and he's just going to improve out of sight. But even Claire, my wife, said to me, she said, "Isn't the way that a horse gets shod that they always win?" I said, "Listen, it's the way, but let's just make it happen." But, it was interesting. I actually thought James might take the sit behind us. I didn't expect Shelby 66 to be up there and amongst them and cat amongst the pigeons, but it just shows the quality of this horse. And credit to Tyler, he got him in a rhythm, and that was our key, just to get him in a rhythm, to keep him breathing, and he's in for a great prep, that's for sure.
And what about him at 1,200 metres this prep?
Well, the big one's there, and...
you interested?
Of course you're interested. If you're not interested, you're mad. And but with us, it's all about our horses. Obviously next steps are shorts for him, and we're heading in that direction, and there's probably a lot of other people out there looking at him as well, and if it happens, it happens, but you know what, we've got to train the horse, and that's what we're there to do.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Congratulations, Tyler. That was really impressive. What were your thoughts behind the gates, though, when he lost the shoe?
Wasn't ideal. I knew Michael had the horse perfect. They said they're going really well. He's a happy horse, and his trials showed that. He was really casual early in his trials, just pricked his ears and did his work, and to see him come out today and actually be interested, he really put himself on speed. Michael said, just go with the horse, be happy, and that's what I did. He wasn't in an ideal spot, 3 deep, no cover, but I think he's the best horse. He's obviously showed that sitting deep and quickening away from him. But I think the big question is 1,200. I think a nice gate will help with that.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Import Huyumal, just one start so far in last year's Melbourne Cup, goes in. And the light is on. We're ready for the Group 2 Chelmsford Stakes, and they're off and racing. Montefiore was last out of the gates. Now Lindeman's jumped well together with Knight's Order, and Knight's Order pushes through. Major Beale is coming across the face of the field, going into a clear third. And then there's a queue of them behind. Navajo Peak being sent forward in front of Bold Mac. Then came Moonga, and Think It Over's cast 3 wide in the early part. Huyumal a bit keen back in the field from Montefiore going up the fence. Then Manzois and Duis Ridden Stone Cold going to settle last of all. This is a bit of a go up front. Knight's Order and Lindeman. Well, the script was that Lindeman would be ridden with cover, but presses on down the outside of last year's winner, Knight's Order. Going to third is Navajo Peak, and the pace has been fairly strong. They've Gap Major Beale in fourth, followed by Bold Mac. Think It Over the outside. Moonga settles well back in the field now on the outside of Montefiore. They're followed then by Huyumal from Manzois, and Duis is back last of all. A strong gallop here. Lindeman shows the way at the 600 metres by a length and a half on Knight's Order. 2 off to Navajo Peak. A gap back to Major Beale. Think It Over up on the outside of Bold Mac. Now Montefiore gets cracking, moving up into a 3-wide position as they come around the turn. And Lindeman's got plenty of these struggling, turning for home. Lindeman 3 lengths in front. Knight's Order's gone. Navajo Peak giving chase in second spot. Followed then by Major Beale. Think It Over. Montefiore. Huyumal starting to run on, getting a gap now. It's Lindeman being tackled by Navajo Peak. Navajo Peak the outside of Lindeman. Then came Major Beale. Think It Over. Navajo Peak in front from Think It Over. Navajo Peak, an upset. Navajo Peak has beaten either Major Beale or Think It Over. Then came Huyumal from Montefiore. Lindeman gave a sight in the lead from Manzois, then Duis from Bold Mac, Moonga and Knight's Order.
He's too good, David Payne. He's too good. Number 6, Navajo Peak at any old odds. David Payne, Chad Schofield has won the Chelmsford Stakes. Number 6, Navajo Peak will win it. Now Major Beale and Think It Over are going to run second and third in that order. Yes, Navajo Peak, Major Beale, Think It Over. It's an upset in the Chelmsford, not for the first time in its history.
Yes, well, he is too good, David Payne. He can produce an upset, and he's been talking this horse up. He wasn't bad in the Wing Stakes first up, but he's trained on the best there. He did a bit of work in the run, and he stuck on well. Major Bill, look, he was terrific again there, thinking over. Yeah, well, what can we say? We'll just have to have a few looks at this race and dissect it. It's a big upset, though, around the 50-1 mark with Navajo Peak.
That is the fourth time David Payne has won the Chelmsford. He won it for the first time in 2004 with Unearthly, the 4-year-old mare, ridden by C.W. Brown. He won it the year after with Nevis, ridden by J.H. Bowman. And then he won it a few years after that with Gallant Tess, J. Lloyd. And now David Payne wins it again with Navajo Peak.
He's a great trainer, David. Really, really happy for him. It was a massive run, really. Speed battled early, but still managed to stick on. It was a really, really tough win.
OK, looking for David. He was on the fence cheering before.
Down here, Rad.
And he's made his way down towards the winner's stall. David Payne, congratulations. I watched that race with a jockey who gave you your first Chelmsford Stakes.
Right, yep.
Congratulations on winning your fourth
one, yeah. Thank you. You know, people didn't see his run the other day. He must have been running 14 wide, pulled him to last, and he got beat 5 lengths. So I knew there's about 3 lengths improvement in him plus the run.
He got in awful trouble.
We had a bit of a sneaky feeling this week. Did you? Yeah.
He got into awful trouble early in the race, didn't he? And then it was all over.
And he only got beat 5 lengths. You know, people don't look at that. They just see 2 horses.
You said, was this the horse you said was one of the most underrated horses in the country? I think you said that about 6 months ago.
If you look at his form, he's unbelievable form. And he should have been much closer the other day, but that's the only blot on his copybook.
You're too good.
No, not really.
You're too good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
David Payne. Here's Chad.
Well done, Chadley. Speed battle early, but still stuck on good.
Yeah, Mr. Payne gave him a good push to me before the race. He just said he got too far back last time, and he really got going through the line. So he said whack him on the pace today, and he ran well. So I did that. I didn't jump well, but I pressed forward. I was caught wide. But once I got alongside Lindemann, it spurred him up, and he took off to the front, and then we really stretched along, and I was able to drop in, and Knight dropped off around the turn, so I had to get on my bike and chase the leader, but it was a good win.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Valencia, the hot favourite. Light is on. We're ready to go now. Off here in the tramway, and New Mandates missed the start by several lengths, and Skyman began nicely wide out. Palmetto and Pericles are fast on the scene. Alencia's out there pretty wide as Going Global charges through the pack. Then Fireburn and Zayrek one off the fence. So Alencia's caught 3 wide in the early part. Further back then to Communist in advance of My Oberon, Hope in Your Heart. Democracy Manifest from Sky Lab, New Mandate. And Dimel's going to settle back last of all. Zach Lloyd goes to the front now on Pericles with Skyman parking up on the outside. Palmetto took leaders back third in advance of Going Global, and the favourite Alencia is next on the outside of Fireburn and Zayrek between runners. Further back to Communist, Hope in Your Heart, My Oberon splitting them. Democracy Manifest moving wider out as they come up to the home turn. They've got 500 metres to run now. And Pericles in front from Skyman, then Palmetto, Going Global, and Alencia's been wide from the start. She's only a few lengths off the lead as they come up the rise now. Pericles on the inside of Skyman. Alencia starting to wind up, getting past Going Global. Palmetto's gone back to the inside, but showing a good kick. Here is Pericles, kicking hard, Pericles from Skyman, and then came Alencia, Zayrek, but Pericles is going to lead all the way. Beat Skyman, third between Zayrek and Alencia. Hope in Your Heart through the middle, running on, and then came My Oberon deeper out. Further back to Fireburn, Going Global Communist, then New Mandate, Democracy Manifest, Skylab, and Dimer was one of the last to finish.
Well, James, everything looks as though it's on track for the Epsom.
It certainly does. Look, full credit to Zach, who just got the horse into a beautiful rhythm from the barrier, and he didn't worry about being too close in the run. And Pericles has just come back in faultless fashion, hasn't he? 2 out of 2 this prep, and he's enjoying himself.
Does he have one more into the Epsom?
Well, the time-honoured Channel 7 Stakes in 2 weeks looks pretty good.
Worth $1 million.
But it's sitting there. It's sitting there at Way for Age over a mile. If I choose to miss it, then you go straight to the Epsom. But of course, by winning the Way for Age race in 2 weeks, the weights will have already been out and it'll be exempt from a penalty. But nevertheless, we can pick our mark with Pericles, and he's come back as a 4-year-old, a more mature horse. He's actually only into his 3rd racing campaign, and he's still growing and he's still getting better and getting more confident. But I can't gallop him with any horses at home that are galloping any better than Pericles.
Really?
And that's been a good sign early stages this campaign, and he's justifying it on the racetrack on the weekends. So that's made our afternoon even better. Even though we hadn't had a winner by 4:30, we'd had a pretty good day.
But you go home, I'm sure, happy with In Secret.
Fantastic. I mean, her Everest trial today was outstanding, and she nearly got up and won the Concord, and she's not a 5-furlong horse. So meeting Remark 4.5 kilos worse at the weights, and going down by about a neck to that horse is outstanding. And she's some of the fresh blood coming through, and as a 4-year-old mare who's a 2-time Group 1 winner, she's an exciting prospect. Sort of 6 weeks out from the Everest. Looks pretty good.
So 6 weeks out, is it shorts, is it Premier, what do you use?
Oh, look, I like the look of the shorts in a fortnight, and we'll formulate a plan from there. But we're building a very good foundation within Secret, and fingers crossed her preparation remains as faultless as it's been so far.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
Okay, Corey, get Zach to wave to his mum. She's about to go home.
She's about to cry. Well done, mate. How good did that feel?
Yeah, that was an enormous win. Jeez, he'd done that with a lot of ease. He's very classy, and can't thank the team enough for the opportunities today. I'm just happy I could get the job done. It was a very special win.
How far out did you feel you had it sewn up?
Honestly, from the start. He just got to the lead, and he can over-race sometimes, and he just really relaxed, and I got him in a lovely rhythm, and I knew he was a superior 7-furlong horse. He runs that out very easily. So I was able to click him up quite early, and he held them with ease, as I said.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Stand by for a start. Gaza Blanca is the favourite. Ready now. And they're off and racing here in the last of the day. Time to Boogie as usual. Jumps sharply, but 4 Vella's going up to have a pop. Followed by Stromboli, Julian Rock. Further back then to Our Last Cash. Periel is next in advance as Twice as Special. Favourite back third last, Gaza Blanca in front of Mars a bit, and Salt Coach has been taken all the way back to last. Time to Boogie's getting a bit keen when he can't get it his own way. He's got 4 Valor there on the inside, and Stromboli doing it pretty tough on the outside. Clear from Julian Rock, then Our Last Cash. Further back to Twice as Special on the inside of Periel. Gaza Blanca back third last from Mars a bit, and Salt Coach is pulling back last of all. So Time to Boogie off the fence. Stromboli the outside. 4 Valor being scrubbed up. Then come Our Last Cash from Julian Rock as they come up the rise. Periel is next. Getting to the outside, Gaza Blanca. No excuses for Gaza, and he's starting to thunder home down the outside. Time to Boogie in front from Stromboli. Gaza Blanca and Periel going through the middle. Gaza's got a bit of a fight on his hands. Periel, Stromboli, Time for Boogie. Gaza the outside. Ripping finish in the last. Gaza got there, I'd say. Give it to Gaza Blanca, a nose to Periel. Then Stromboli and Time for Boogie in a ripping finish. Salt Coach late. Then came Twice as Special from Julian Rock, Our Last Cash, Mars a bit, and 4 Valor.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Gaza Blanca on the outside, just getting there from Periel. we had Jay McDonald and Nash Rawilla settling down to fight out a ding-donger in the last. It was great to see them both in action. I think McDonald thought he was going to go straight past them, but Nash had other ideas because he started to move the arms and the legs. They were going everywhere. Stromboli and time to boogie over closer to the rails. Here's Nasher and here's McDonald. Right down the outside. They've gone locked together, but McDonald, with a sore foot, has defeated Nash in the last. Well, Duff and Corey, they came here today hoping for so much. I mean, McDonald, in one sense, was just happy to be here at all after his fall yesterday, but McDonald came here to ride Nature Strip. Nash came here to ride Eduardo. Nature Strip has officially been retired. Eduardo we haven't heard, but the end is near. And here they are fighting at the last.
Yeah, and young Zach Lloyd snapping at their heels in third spot there. But I think it's a decent horse, this. He had a lot of work to do there, back in the field, giving a big start. And I'm convinced he's going to be better on drier track. So, it may have been a narrow win by the favourite, but I think he dug in when it counted after having a lot to do, and that Kiwi will keep for another day over further. Salt Coats, he just lost the speed of the race, and he was really surging right through the line for a young horse. There's got to be a mile 3-year-old race for him over spring as well.
We might have to get him a wheelchair and wheel him down the ramp, Corey.
How much pull's this bloke got? He's getting people to unsaddle his horses for him.
He's about to go and weigh in. I think what he's just told Kieran Maher is this is a very good horse.
I think the first 4 over the line were very good runs, all of them. Time to Boogie obviously got taken on, didn't have any sort of luck. Zach Lloyd on Stromboli was perfect. It was a really good race.
Okay, they're just getting the summation. J-Mac will go and weigh in. He'll limp over there. I think he just said to you he's a very good horse.
Yeah, I think you just said it then, like J-Mac's limping and he got himself up to ride this horse. He obviously felled him the other day and he was a bit unlucky. But I think he knows he's a pretty good horse, and we've had to wait a bit for him. He's only been lightly raced. He's a very big horse, and hopefully he can reward his owners with a bit of patience. Now he can hopefully get through the grades.
It's a long spring, there's plenty of options, but are you just going to take him through those grades before you set him any task?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just, he's still learning. He can have a bit of a look around. It was, you would say, perfectly timed run today. But no, fantastic. Great group, and they've quite a few here today. Team have done a great job, and J-Mac fantastic.
Yeah, and he stuck around for the last. He wasn't going to miss that one. Well done.
No, thank you.
Good on you. Here he is. It's been a long day, Corey.
Congratulations, J-Mac. That was pretty impressive considering they haven't really been coming from behind all day.
Tell me about it, Greg. It's been a long day. It was. He come from almost an impossible position. I was very surprised he won, and he got it. He had many lengths to make up, and then he had the audacity to really dig deep late in the piece. I think he's a really nice horse going forward, and they'll place him well and win a really nice race with him.
Give us a little word on Nature Strip, mate.
Yeah, he was. It's obviously everything comes to an end, so it was really sad to see him retire. But he's been such a great horse for all of us for so many years and so many seasons. He's taken us around the world. He's won the biggest races in Australia, and he will go down as one of the best sprinters to grace Australian turf for what he's done. But I can't believe the heights he ever reached, because he won a Galaxy by a pimple with 54.5 on his back, and then he went on to win 8 Group 1s, an Everest, and a Royal Ascot winner as well. So just one of the best horses I've been associated with, and I'll be sadly missed.
Well said, mate.
Thanks.